Welcome to Greenville, Tennessee, where the Friday night lights are burning brighter than ever. We're live at Burley Stadium for what promises to be a Week 2 thriller. It's a showdown between two Class 4A powerhouses, man. Going at it. It's set to be a great matchup tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Blake. This isn't just any early season matchup. This could be a playoff preview. This game is going to be a great game. Two of the top teams in Class 4A. This has all the makings of a playoff preview, like I said. They made deep runs to the state semifinals in 2023 where they ended up playing each other. You can bet the rest of Class 4A will have their eyes glued to this one tonight.
Absolutely. Before we dive into the action, let's get your basics for tonight's epic matchup.
Yeah, momentum, playoff positioning, and pride. It's all on the table tonight. Now let's break down these two juggernauts.
Yeah, the Greene Devils. They're ranked number 25 in high school football. Last year they were 12-2. They lost to Anderson County in the semifinals 28-14, but a great season. The program tradition. They're a rich history. They have 4 state titles. Their last one was in 2018. They're defined by their linemen. They're always known for their linemen, and they got some raw talent this year at the receiver position. A key player to watch tonight, you're going to have Zayden Anderson, the senior, 6'1", 170, wide receiver and corner. He's committed to the University of Tennessee. He's just going to be the best player out here tonight, the fastest. He's a great player. Go over Upperman for us.
Yeah, number 21 in Tennessee high school football. They're 1-0 entering tonight after a 29-7 victory against Knoxville. That game ended up getting called due to halftime. Their team identity, they're known for physicality and playoff experience. This team, the past couple seasons, they have made deep runs into the playoffs. This is a very well playoff-tested team, and they're very physical. Some of the key players, Bronson Chaffin, he's committed to Georgia State. Great player. He ran for 4 rushing touchdowns last week. Great game for him. He ran all over that defense. Another one is Carmine Phillips, the running back. He also had a great game last week. Broke off a big run when Upperman was backed up due to penalties on the first drive. Ended up getting him inside the 5-yard line, which eventually led to a touchdown. Another one, Colton Johnson, junior tight end. He has a Liberty offer. Great all-around player. He'll be at the linebacker position tonight, too. It gives Bronson Chaffin an option to throw to. Colton Johnson, I feel like he's going to have a great game tonight. Greenville's defense is going to have to watch out for him if they want to win this game.
Yeah, you see the talent on the field. A bunch of D1 players are playing in this game. But let's go over some games around Tennessee. Lenoir City at Loudon, Battle of the Bridge. A heated rivalry game pitting Class 4A Loudon against Class 5A Lenoir City. Loudon destroyed Lenoir City last season, but Lenoir City is the 5A to Loudon 4A, so they're looking to win this game.
Yeah, we got Oak Ridge at Clinton. Oak Ridge has dominated this rivalry for years. Early rivalries this season. Yeah. There's been rivalries lined up through week 1 and 2. They're scheduling rivalries early, which is great to see for high school football early in the season. Like I said, Oak Ridge has dominated this rivalry for years, but a talented Clinton offense is looking to turn the tide tonight. They've got 3 D1 receivers on that Clinton offense. That's going to be a great game to watch.
Yeah, that's an explosive offense. Then we got Battleground Academy at Columbia Academy. 2 of the Tennessee's best private schools going at it, and what's set to be a great matchup tonight.
Yeah, we got Bearden at Alcoa. A revamped rivalry between 2 Tennessee powerhouses is going to promise fireworks. Alcoa is coming off a win against Maryville last week. It's a great win. They ended up winning that game 28-21, and Bearden is a great program. They ended up getting into the Tennessee's top 25 rankings this week after a great win last week, and that's going to be a great game to watch. But make no mistake, tonight the eyes of Tennessee high school football are firmly fixed right here in Burley Stadium for Upperman versus Greenville.
Yeah, let's go over last week's performances for both teams. Upperman played Knoxville Webb. They beat them 29-7. The Bees just showed their dominance. It did get suspended at halftime, and Upperman didn't end up winning. But 3-star quarterback Bronson Chaffin, 4 rushing touchdowns on the ground. He was unstoppable in that game. We'll see if Greenville can stop him tonight.
Yeah, Greenville played Morristown Hamlin West last week. Beat them 35-0. That game did get called at halftime as well. But the Greene Devils showcased their offensive firepower, crushing Morristown Hamlin West. They had great passing attack. They just ran all over them throughout the first half, demonstrating their ability to score quickly and often.
Yeah, some key matchups to watch tonight, Tucker.
Upperman secondary versus Greenville's receivers. Upperman's defensive backs, Elijah Fitz. He was tested by Shavar Young last week, the Clemson commit. But Greenville's receiving core, they got Zayden Anderson. Elijah Fitz is going to have to guard him tonight. If the Bees corners aren't locked in tonight, it could be a long night against Greenville's athletic targets like Anderson.
Yeah, one of mine is going to be the skill stars going at it. You got the Tennessee commit Zayden Anderson versus the Georgia commit Bronson Chaffin. Both are the leaders of their teams, and their teams will need them to be their best for all 4 quarters tonight.
Yeah, let's go over the trenches battle. Upperman's run game versus Greenville's front 7. Upperman has always had great run game. Carmine Phillips had a great game last week. Bronson Chaffin also had the 4 rushing touchdowns. But Greenville's defensive line, they're big, they're strong. They've always had a great defensive line. But last time they met in the 2023 state semifinals, Bronson Chaffin, he ran all over him.
Yeah.
He could do whatever he wanted with him. If Greenville can't contain the rushing attack, we could see a repeat of their last meeting.
Yeah, some X factors tonight. For me, mine's going to be Elijah Fitz, Upperman cornerback. Fitz had the inevitable task of guarding Shavar Young last week. He was a little shaky to start the game, but as the game went on, he got better and better. I think it might have been a little nerves, but tonight he's got, some would say, even harder task tonight guarding Zayden Anderson. That's going to be probably the hardest matchup he'll have all year. So if Elijah Fitz isn't on his game all 4 quarters, Upperman could get ugly right tonight.
Yeah, mine is Zayden Anderson, the dude Elijah Fitz has to guard. This Tennessee commit, he's been a problem for every defense he's faced the last couple years. When these teams met in the 2023 state semifinals, Zayden Anderson, he had 3 touchdowns. Elijah Fitz, he has to be locked in tonight. Zayden Anderson, you can't let him get free. He is fast. He is the state champion in the 200-meter dash. He's fast. He can run all over the field. He burns corners and receivers. Fitz has to run with him.
Yeah, let's look at the last time these two teams met. It was in 2023, the state semifinals, as Tucker brought up. Upperman was heavily doubted coming into this game. Some people were even calling for a running clock. Upperman goes in there. They run all over him. They force a couple of interceptions, and they come out of there with a program-defining win. That's probably one of Coach Kane's best games.
Yeah, Blake, give us one of your bold predictions for tonight's game.
One of mine is going to be Upperman's run game. I feel like it's just going to be a problem for Greenville's defense tonight. We saw last week, Bronson Chapman 4 touchdowns. They had, how much was it, 250 yards and a half rushing yards?
Yeah, 1/2. That's unheard of.
Unheard of, as Tucker said. Greenville needs to stop that running game. I don't think they can. I like Upperman's run game in this matchup.
Yeah, one of mine is penalties. Penalties affected Upperman early in the half last game against Knoxville Webb. They were pinned to 3rd and 30 almost until Carmine Phillips broke off that huge run. Penalties are expected to be a huge factor. Like I said, this Greenville crowd, they're ready for revenge.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a loud game. You can see the stands right here. It's sold out. I don't think there's a seat left to be seen. It's going to be if Greenville's high pressure environment can force some turnovers on Upperman, that's going to be a crucial key to this game.
Yeah, this is a great crowd tonight. Let's go over your score prediction.
Yeah, Upperman, I feel like they're going to win this game 28-21. I like Bronson Chaffin. He ran for 4 touchdowns, like I said. Greenville's got to contain the rushing attack, but he can also throw it too. Last week, he had a bunch of receivers. Carmine Phillips also lines up at receiver. He's a great target for Bronson Chaffin, and I feel like that's going to be too much for this Greenville defense. I like Upperman 28-21.
Yeah, I like that pick. I'm going to go 35-21 Upperman. I think Upperman just comes out of here. They have a great team this year. I think possibly even state championship level, in my opinion. But we're going to thank our sponsors. We got J&S Construction. Thank you for sponsoring this game tonight. But it's going to be an incredible game, folks. Thank you for joining us for our pregame show. We're going to wait a little bit, about 20 minutes, and then we'll have Tucker and Bryson for our game.
Tonight's game is brought to you by J&S Construction, proudly serving Cookeville and Upper Cumberland for over 60 years. From schools and churches to businesses and beyond, J&S delivers quality you can trust, craftsmanship that lasts. Contact J&S at 931-528-7475